everybody. So today we are having my next episode of How Do They Rank? And we are talking about the new movies that I saw over a week and how they fit into my rankings. And so we're going to start out by talking about the movies, how the ranking was last week. And I started out last week with, because the reason why I want to do this series is because my rankings are going to move and flow. I'm going to change my mind about things. And that's why this is sort of fun. Every week you can kind of see where I'm at on things. So my top rankings of the week of last week was number 1, Step. Number 2, Wonder Woman. Number 3, The Big Sick. Number 4, A Silent Voice. Number 5, Personal Shopper. Number 6, Get Out. Number 7, War for the Planet of the Apes. Number 8, Dunkirk. Number 9 was Bahubali 2, The Conclusion. And number 10 was My Entire High School is Sinking into the Sea. So that's where it started on the top. And then on the bottom, Before I Fall, Boss Baby, Lady Macbeth, King Arthur and Legend of the Sword, Gifted, The Circle, The Emoji Movie, Transformers, The Last Night, Spark, A Space Tale, and Surf's Up to Wave Mania. So let me go through my rankings of the new movies that I saw this week. And 6 new movies this week. I saw The Case for Christ. These are 2017 releases that I saw. I saw The Case for Christ, Landline, Going in Style, The Nut Job 2, Nut Mania or whatever it's called, and The Dark Tower and The Glass Castle. So here we go. And I saw We Love You, Sally Carmichael. So 7. I saw 7 new releases this week. So the highest of the new releases is actually that film, We Love You, Sally Carmichael. And this is a charming, locally made film. I actually went to the premiere, which was kind of fun. It's directed by Christopher Gorham, who was in Ugly Betty. He's been in a bunch of TV work. He did a Mormon movie called The Other Side of Heaven. So he's kind of popular around here. But anyway, this is not a faith-based film. This is just a local film. They don't even pray. It's not a faith-based film. It's just a cute little romantic comedy that I actually laughed a lot. The story is pretty contrived about this kind of has sort of this liar reveal sort of plot about this sort of Twilight writer who's writing under this pseudonym, and he's kind of embarrassed by the books, and then there's this sort of famous celebrity who comes in that he has to sort of wine and dine to get to be in the movie version of the books, and he ends up meeting this girl at this bookstore who owns this newspaper thing, and anyway, it's just really, really cute little movie that was funny. And so if you want a clean family comedy, I think you actually would like it. It was solid. And so it comes in at number 18 on my list. It's between Baby Driver and 47 Meters Down. Up in my ranking, we have the movie Landline. And this is a movie, it stars Jenny Slate. And it's about this family in 1995 in, I think, Brooklyn, and their various entanglements and whatever, and John Turturro's in it, and Edie Falco's in it. And the thing that makes this movie work, because the script is somewhat pedestrian and all the antics and everything, but it really does feel like a family. Like I particularly thought the 2 sisters, they even looked alike. They really felt like a family. I thought the way they interacted was really good, and I liked all sort of the 90s nostalgia thrown in there. And anyway, it ends up in my ranking at number 27. It's just below the Spider-Man Homecoming, which is at 26, and above A United Kingdom at number 28. So there you go. The next one is The Case for Christ. This is a faith-based film, but it's about Lee Strobel and his sort of struggles to figure out his faith. And I actually think this is one of the better faith-based films I've seen in a long time. It feels honest. It feels like this is just this man's experience. It's not that preachy. It's not that hard on people that don't believe, like, because he starts out not believing, and I think his conversion is actually pretty subtle. It ended up at number 29 in my ranking, and it's just below A United Kingdom, which is at 28, and just above Maudie, which I had last week, at 30. So there you go. Then The Nut Job 2 is up next. And I really hated the original Nut Job. It was just so mean-spirited, and it wasn't funny, and the animation was horrible. So you can imagine my surprise when I went to see it, and I actually thought it was pretty solid. Like, it's not great, but it's like entertaining, and I thought the animation was way better. I thought that it was way more funny. I thought they softened the characters quite a bit. And the story isn't that great, sort of losing the park, and the villain isn't very good, so that kind of brings it down. But overall, I walked away entertained. So I put it in my ranking at number 35. It's just below My Cousin Rachel and above Wilson, so at 36. So there you go. Next up we have Going in Style. And Going in Style is a remake of a French film, I think. And you've got a great cast, and that's what really is entertaining about this. You have Michael Caine and Morgan Freeman. Alan Arkin is in it, and they basically play these old senior citizens that the system has kind of screwed over, and so they decide to rob this bank so that they can get their money to live. And they don't really dive too much into like the deeper problems that this movie is really, bringing up as far as how we treat the elderly and bank financing and bank fraud and mortgage foreclosures and stuff like that. That it doesn't really dive that deep, but the performances are really entertaining, and overall, it's just a bright, sweet little movie about senior citizen crime. So there you go. I ended up putting this at number 43. It's just below Everybody Loves Somebody, which is a little romantic comedy that was kind of cool, at 42, and the documentary Alive and Kicking, which is at 44. So there you go. All these would be positive reviews so far. To talk about is The Dark Tower. I gave The Dark Tower an F in my review. I really thought it was incompetently made. I thought the way it was put together, it really made no sense. I thought it looked terrible. I thought special effects were bad. I thought Matthew McConaughey was terrible. I just didn't really find anything. I mean, Idris Elba is great, but he's wasted, and so that's horrible. It reminded me a lot of Warcraft, and I think the only reason it wasn't quite as frustrating as Warcraft is because I had actually read the book, so the first book, and I just thought it was, to me, it was as bad as Fantastic Four as far as just incompetently put together, competently edited, really badly shot. It just looked terrible. It ended up on my ranking at number 79, just under Transformers: The Last Night, which is at 78. So yes, I would rather watch Transformers: The Last Night than watch The Dark Tower, because at least Transformers had some visual spectacle to it, and it had some kooky, weird moments that this just was. It just wasn't good. So, and then it is, and then it's between. So it's between the Transformers: The Last Night at 78. And the Emoji Movie at 80. Yes. So the Emoji Movie is worse, because the more I thought about it, I thought, it's pretty awful that the Emoji Movie is trying to sell all the stuff to kids. And that's pretty repugnant. So I did put it below Dark Tower and Transformers when I really thought about it. Okay, the last movie is one I will just put up my review for, and it's called The Glass Castle. If you've seen my review, you know that I hated this movie. I thought it was awful. I thought it was asking you to celebrate people that were disgusting individuals and that should be in prison for child abuse and neglect. I thought it was a horrible movie. I hated it. And so it's number 83 in my ranking, the lowest it can get. Below Surf's Up to Wave Mania, because you know what? It's totally possible for a movie to be well made and to have bankable actors and performances and be horrible. So my new bottom 10 is pretty crazy, with the addition of Dark Tower and The Glass Castle. Boss Baby is no longer in my bottom 10. I did not see that coming so soon. There you go. So congratulations, Boss Baby, and Before I Fall is out. So my new bottom 10 is Lady Macbeth, King Arthur, Gifted, The Circle, Transformers: The Lost Knight, Dark Tower, The Emoji Movie, Spark: A Space Tale, Surf's Up Two-Way Mania, and The Glass Castle. That's my bottom 10. My top 10 changed just a little bit. I have been really struggling with War for the Planet of the Apes. I really admire it. I thought it was really bold, but I have no desire to watch it again, and that's been kind of eating at me. It just was so brutal, and it was so hard to see those things happen to the characters that I love, and so I don't know, like I moved it down just a hair. So my new top 10 is Step at number 1, Wonder Woman at number 2, The Big Sick at number 3, A Silent Voice at number 4, Personal Shopper at number 5, Get Out at number 6, Dunkirk at number 7, Bahubali 2, The Conclusion at number 8, War for the Planet of the Apes at number 9, and My Entire High School is Sinking into the Sea at number 10. So that's my new ranking. And so it'll be interesting to see what next week gives us. I probably won't have quite as many next week because I have my open water swim on Saturday. So wish me luck on that. But that will, take up some of my normal movie time. So anyway, that's this week. So let me know what you think. If you've seen any of these films or interested in any of them, what do you think of my new ranking? So thanks so much. Please subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to you later.